Welcome to One Little Thing. This is day one and face one. I am currently using just a normal sketching pencil that I bought from the Japanese bookstore. It really is just a HB pencil, and I use some Daniel Smith watercolors. Watch her come alive. This is an aquash brush that had grey ink in it, and sometimes I like to use it to add some shadows to my faces. The infamous indigo watercolour going down in the shadows, and some opera pink for some hair. Currently using a Unipen fine line and probably the 0.2, which is my go-to detail pen. I do like to work in layers, and I will go and dry things with a heat gun so I can work faster for you guys. That way none of my colors get muddy, so make sure you wait for layers to dry. You can see me using my carbon pen. It is an awesome pen for fine liner details and one of my favorite go-tos. With this face, I liked to keep it sketchy and messy, because if you get too caught up in the details, then you start trying to be perfect, and I am not about perfect. Day two is upon us, and I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Just put down some skin tone face shapes and some dark areas where the shadowing and the eyes would be, and go from there. It's a fun little exercise. I highly recommend it. You can see I'm using my Prismacolor color erase as well to outline the heads, and then just a normal lead pencil. Popping those shadows in first really help define the eyes and kind of does a little bit of the work for you, which is always nice. I'm using the Signo Broad in white for my eye highlights, and it is my favorite go-to. When it comes to my whimsy little creatures, I like to do obscure things like really curvy long necks and give them all types of strange and wonderful ears. I think that's half the fun of my drawings, because I can do whatever I like because it's my sketchbook. With a page like this, I do find working on multiple faces at the same time is a lot easier than focusing on one. When you get stuck, move on to the next, and it'll help you freshen up for the face that you're stuck on. Again, using my carbon pen, it is my go-to pen for fine details, and it is also waterproof ink. So I highly recommend having one in your pen arsenal. This is day 3, and man, was it a disaster. Even though I wanted so badly to copy the beauty of Christina Ricci, I surely did not. I was having a very rough day, and decided that I would just not copy the picture in the end and just go with the flow. And that's okay too. Not everything is going to turn out how you want. That is the process of learning. As you can see, the photograph is totally gone from the shot now. I had a full-on off-camera tantrum over how much this was hard for me to do. But this series is all about practice, and you're going to see some of my failures within the next few days. I promise you, there's one coming up very soon. I am basically just watering down some Daniel Smith black watercolor, and also adding a little bit of indigo blue every now and again, but it's basically black watercolor that I've just added water to get the variance of shades. In shot, you can see me use a Winsor & Newton pigment marker. Now these are new to my arsenal and I'm still trialing them. I think I've used them twice and the jury is still out. I'm not quite sure if I'm using them properly or not, but time will tell. Uniball Signo Broad in white. Again, if you do not have one, you need one. They are one of the best things to add eye highlights, cheek highlights, all the highlights. This pen is fabulous. I'm currently using a Pitt Artist Big Brush pen in black, and that is such a stark black. I love it. Welcome to day 4, where I'm trying to reacquaint myself with some Nook dwellers. And I am so out of practice, guys. I could not believe how much I struggled creating my own Nook dweller. I think I prefer these little babies on mixed media paper, like pages from a book. I think they have more soul that way. I don't like the way they look stark white on a page. here I am using my Caran d'Ache water soluble crayons, and I haven't used these in a really long time. They used to be a staple for me, and they've kind of been sitting in a box, so I thought it was time they got a little bit of love. They're okay. I'm not quite sure if I like them still or if it's just because I'm out of practice. Who knows? Like I said, I really struggled with creating my own Nook Dweller again, and I feel like I need to sit down and just draw pages and pages and pages of them to reclaim something that sits very deep in my heart. These little creatures are one of the things that you guys know me for, so I think I need to bring them back to life in my own heart. This is that pink Marby marker I spoke about in my currently loving last month, and it's become a permanent resident in my pen case with my neon pink Letraset marker. Welcome to day 5. Well, I decided to get in touch with my mixed media soul again, as it's been quite a long time since doing this, and I absolutely hate how this face came out. I really do, and I don't know, I think I've gotten really into the illustrated style and moving a little bit away from the Jane Davenport type of face, and I feel like I've found my style, so trying to go backwards felt very foreign and very strange for me, and in the end I felt like I was just pushing proverbial shit uphill in this thing. And excuse my language, but I felt frustrated a lot through this piece, and I was like, what has happened to me? Have I gone backwards in my skill level? And it's not that. It's that I've found a style that I feel comfortable in, that I love, that I adore, and I feel like this style just isn't quite me anymore. So I felt like I was trying to do something that just didn't feel like me anymore, and I think that really got to me, and you can see as I try and layer and layer and layer to try and save it almost, that, oh, she just looks like, yeah, I'm not happy with this one either. This whole thing has been totally eye-opening. I thought the faces would be a breeze, and maybe I should have picked plants and flowers like I originally thought. But this is what this project is all about. It's about pushing ourselves and trying new things and trying old things and seeing if we're still happy with the old things. And clearly I'm not. And now watching the film back as I narrate for you guys, I kind of liked how she looked in pencil, and I think that I ruined it by adding all the other stuff. So hindsight is a beautiful and curseful thing when rewatching film, but I hope you enjoy. I'm using Prismacolor pencils for this face, and then I'll tell you about the things as they change. But always keep trying and always keep playing, and not everything is going to be amazeballs. A tip for you when you're doing faces like this is to think about where your light source is. Some of your face is going to be darker, like a cool side, and a warm side. Where the light hits, that's your warm, and where the light doesn't hit, that's your cool. So try and keep your colorings to that sort of rule, and it'll help give your face a little bit more realism. One thing I like to do with my Prismacolor pencils is as I'm layering them and I want to smooth them out so it's not so textured, especially on watercolor paper, I use my white or cream pencil as a blender. So that smooths those pencil lines out and helps the layering process look a bit more polished and a little bit more smooth. I love using paint pens, either the Posca or the white Sharpie in the whites of the eyes and the highlights. It always gets that crisp look, and I like to add a little bit of light grey or something in the top of the eyelid so that it's not stark white, because if it's stark white it's going to look fake. This is where the madness begins, when I think, oh, she's hideous, I need to give her some hair, so I use Distress Stain on her hair, and then it just really goes downhill from there, guys. It really does. It's like one of those train accidents. You can't look away. To add some dimension to her hair, I add a few blues, the same sort of shade as the Distress Stain, and layer up and try and do really swift paintbrush lines, trying not to be too clumpy in areas, just sort of swishing my brush. And then I somehow decide that she needs sunburned cheeks, guys. Oh God, why am I doing this to you guys? Hello, it is day 6 of my One Little Thing project, and normally I would be speeding through a drawing right now, but I have a migraine that is banging on in my eyebrows, and I don't have it in me to sit here and draw for the next 20 minutes, even though I really want to. So I did some drawing this morning when my head was probably at a 5. It's now at a 9, and I drew in my journal because I find it more comfortable to draw in bed, and I just happened to be doodling while I was waiting for the meds to kick in, but they haven't. So this is what I drew for the August collage sheets, and essentially it is a face, so I haven't failed. I just didn't happen to film the process because it was in bed in my pajamas in semi-dark this morning. And so I thought that I would come on here and just give you the little update, and that is what I drew for today. I will scan her because I need to for the collage sheets, and I will print her out and I will pop her in here next to the girl you would have just seen me draw. I did draw a bit more of her, or colour her in a bit more off camera. I still really don't like her. I'm finding this challenge very challenging. I thought it would be a lot easier than it has been. I've found over the last few days that there is a style that I do prefer to draw in, and it is that more sort of illustrated style that I never thought would be my favorite to draw in. but it seems that I do enjoy that the most. And I also really enjoy drawing on the Midori paper more than this watercolor paper. So I will keep using my insert because I made it for this project, but I think it's taught me how much I enjoy my medias on the Midori paper. I did just place an order for more Midori inserts because I technically only have the one left, which is my next journal insert. And the other face that I drew for collage sheets is here. So she will also be scanned. I drew them both together, so technically I drew two faces. And as you can see, it is the illustrated style that I really do love a lot more than my mixed media faces, and I feel so out of practice with my mixed media faces these days, and I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I enjoy this sort of thing and a whole lot more and than this sort of style, I guess. I think I'm more known now for my illustrated style. But that is my little face for today. I'm sorry there's no process video. It's almost 3:30 in the afternoon, and I've been hanging out to try and get rid of this headache or get it down to a bearable level where I can sit and draw for you guys. But I think this one's in for the rest of the night, and I don't think even if I tried to draw for you right now, it would be a heinous mess. And so my battery cut out, and kind of like a sign to get off and go to sleep. So you are joining me bedside. I decided that I am more relaxed drawing in bed or on the couch, and sometimes I create better drawings when I'm more comfortable. Sitting at my desk just isn't the best environment for me, and I was feeling like my drawings just weren't showing you what I can do. I know that sounds really strange, and I hope this angle is okay. I know being left-handed, it makes it really hard to capture the angle, but this is the little deer girl that you received in your collage sheets, so I drew her up for you. I'm pretty sure this is just the line drawing, and then I colored her off camera. So I am using a red color erase that I got from my lovely friend Nikki, and I love this pencil. It is a colored pencil, but it also is erasable, so I really love them and want to get them in all the colors. Enjoy. An Alice in Wonderland book, or if you didn't realize you needed one and now you're knowing that you do need one, buy this copy. It's beautiful. I bought it from the Book Depository. It's hardbound and it has like the beautiful pages. Oh, it's just everything. It's everything.